he lives like a quarter mile from my house.
Well, there you go. How do you like that?
I know right where he's at. I've always been wondering who that is. Now I got to meet him on the air anyway, who that was. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Well, she was ill. What did you do?
He had a funny nickname for Fred.
What happened?
He had a funny nickname for Fred. No, he had a funny nickname for Fred.
Oh, what was that, Pinocchio?
Was it Wet the Bed Fred or something like that?
I don't know. What's the seed again?
Wet the Bed Fred.
Oh, wet the bed Fred. Like, you just a little close, a little muffled to the other.
Is that better? Being further from the mic?
Yeah, that's good. Wet the bed Fred. I heard that in a long time. Was that Fred?
I don't know. It was a weak signal.
Are those capacity hats ordered or something? That should be the ground plane? Isn't that right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But he has all those things, so who knows?
Well, did he drill the hole through one of yours and then one of those elements to stick it in there?
Yeah, it didn't work out. He was trying to, do something with it, but it just didn't have enough material there to do what he needed to do.
Well, I think what he wanted to do was wouldn't feel on the side. But all the elements sticking out. He had a spike. He had a, I don't know, he had a, what do you call it, when you on the Harley, he had a stainless steel thing you put down. He needed it, and he was pushing that horse here and went down, that thing went into you. I mean, this is giant. Well, I made a combo. I made a combo on the mechanical devices down in the wheel field. It's just working out here. It goes up and around, comes right back down. I put a big ball that I put hockey on it like that. So that it gets a picture and then
You called it a trombone antenna?
no, they used to put them on airplanes so you get into English. But actually, I guess they discovered it by accident. So some plane did it, and they took it over, and it went to the yards. And then they made a little weight unit for it, and that's that, and put a combo antenna, put it over right in the middle, and a little ball on it,
Oh, okay.
This video works great. Keep this out. And it might not be as great as everything else, but that's one job to do.
Right. What band?
Oh, well, it's a band just here in the 160
Oh, okay.
Very simple, very simple. did you do today?
Me? I worked. Yeah, I worked, and here I am.
Well, that's no fun.
That wasn't a bad day. And tomorrow's Friday, so it's all good.
You know, I just down the street. There used to be a building, or after the six, about 1 feet across the street. There was a way down there to the day on the street to do it. But this one had these automatic charges in its car, and so they had them all cleared off. So we took the street. What is this? Oh, that's advertising.
Wow. So Al was thinking that he had passed. I said, no, I don't think so. I think he's in a rest home.
Oh, no. No, he hasn't passed. He's actually talking to one of them right now on the phone. And he's trying to get out of there. He's trying to, he's got a few sleep. And until this thing gets settled between them, and then he's not going anywhere. I think it's you know, he's almost 100 years old, and his social workers in the state of and he bought it. And they told us they were going to turn him loose after this rehabilitation thing came up, and they got him to lie, and they were going to try to leave him in the state of
That's a shame.
Yeah. Next time you email Artie, I think we were talking about that before. I don't know what the center is. You might think about grabbing an application and scanning it, emailing it to her, and attaching it. She was looking for a second job, like substituting, and just to get a foot in the door.
I saw an opening for our district where we're looking for, I think it's high school level, drama teacher. I don't know if she's interested in that.
Well, get an application, do the thing, and tell her about it. Is that going to be for the summer?
No, I think it's a job for the school year. But all she has to do is just, go online and she can get all that stuff for herself if she's interested. You can only lead a cow to water, right? Isn't that how the saying goes? But, I could turn her on to the places that have jobs and stuff if she needs to go further if that's what she's interested in doing. By the way, still no symptoms? Everything's going fine with the shot?
Yeah, no symptoms.
Good. Well, I forget, did you get the Johnson & Johnson or a two-shotter?
I got the Pfizer.
Okay, well, I hope the second one goes as well as the first. Good for you. Greg was having problems on his computer. He was trying to figure that out. I don't know if Rob's still out there or not. Rob, you still there? Guess not. I don't know.
So I guess Rob was just didn't want to say something. I guess when the stream is on, you got to be careful what you say or something. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, he's kind of joking, but we were talking also about his work, so he didn't want to get into private stuff on the air.
Well, you know, you never know. You say all kinds of things. What everybody's doing in the course is what it is.
So that's why Greg's recording us.
He's working for the CIA, the NSA, huh? One of those cameramen. Clandestine operatives you don't even know.
Yep.
Here he is again, and we thought he was a good guy. And he could be working for the Communist Intelligence Agency.
So, say it again?
Princess Wales. Princess Wales is frozen.
Nah.
You gotta go on YouTube. He says that in the One World Order.
Sorry for getting in the middle of this QSO here. I've been having some issues somewhere along the lines. I don't know if it's my computer for the streaming or the one I'm monitoring for confidence to make sure the stream's going out, because it looks about like my stream is not going out correctly. So if anybody watching and is using a Mac on Safari, please jump in the chat and see if everything's going okay. Because when I use my Mac on different browsers like
What'd you say, this guy's from Wales?
What's it called? Google and Firefox, everything seems to be okay. So if once again, if you see anything, just pop in the chat. It doesn't look right to you.
Well, I don't think they have the power to do that.
Well, they sent us the Beatles and sent us the drugs. You know, when they took over Hong Kong, they were the ones who introduced heroin to the Chinese. And that's how they got the territory in Hong Kong. They thought it was, the Chinese thought it was heroin, but actually they got the heroin from India. And then they decided to take the guns from India and, impose Christianity upon them. And they couldn't fight that. And the Indians got India, India and Asia. They started making their own guns. These English think you should live their way. In fact, the ultimate thing is God. It's the devil.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I don't think they're going to be able to pull that kind of stuff on our country.
Well, there's a selected group of countries that are attached to the United Nations that is going to impose their authority upon the entire world.
Well, I know there's a lot of socialist type people out there, that's for sure.
Well, you gotta keep up with the times, like, you gotta be people safe. I do hope I see the day when they try to impose one world government upon the United States, and if, the Princess Wales tries to do so, I hope it's off in the sky. And that's the story.
How old do you figure he is?
I don't know, you can look it up and want to see it. will own nothing, but you're going to be happy, Prince of Wales. And you'll see it. It'll all the information in that book.
Okay.
That's crazy. You think that you're going to stand for that? You're going to pay rent on your own property?
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think we're going to stand for that.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to stand for it. That's why we have these false flag events. False flag events where they, find somebody with cancer, terminal illness, trying to save their family a bunch of money while they're gone, going to the, like over in Australia, to the mass shootings so that they take the firearms away from everybody so they can't fight back because they're not going to win. So, they do a bit nonsense. I don't know if you ever watched the Attorney in Canada. Well, I've been going look on all this stuff about hypnosis and scams and that. So I took a couple of videos about that, how they use hypnosis on these people. And if you get them with these paintball guns, they'll make them go do hits on people. And they don't even know they've done it.
With paintball guns?
Yeah, in other words, instead of a real gun, you have a paintball gun, and they say you have a target, and they disrupt them, or they hypnotize them, and tell them in a certain time to get up like this, and they won't remember a thing, and they go out and they shoot the person.
Wild.
I think it is. If you want to see it again, I'll look.
If you sent it to me, I still have it, because I don't think I've erased anything you sent me.
You haven't seen everything I sent you. There was a guy, Bill Cooper. He was a naval intelligence officer that told, and released this was published in a book called, he was called, let's see here, Pale Horse. Yeah, Behold a Pale Horse, that's what it is. And in that book, he tells all about it, about how governments have plans to conspire to do these mass shootings at different schools, and how this is, they're going to change the law to take everybody's firearms. And this is way back in the 70s. I met the man, I thought he was crazy. But from the Russian abductions in the emergency flying saucers, he was in credibility. Most of the time, that's what's called an abduction trial, it's not by government. They give them free meetings, so they keep hearing so that the government agents or the military people get abducted and abducted and
Interesting.
Well, there's books about it. Books about it you can read and so missing time, like Fred Hopkins said. Just think all of this wild stuff being recorded over there is so strange.
Yeah. Where's Fred tonight?
I'm sorry, you son, right there in the babysitter.
I talked to him earlier today, but yeah.
Well, he might be sitting in his new jacuzzi. I heard he was drinking.
Yeah, could be. Good point.
He'd have a radio with him.
What's that?
I think if he was in the jacuzzi, he'd have a radio stuffed in there and a mic in his hand.
Jacuzzi Mobile.
That's it. Good evening, guys. AJ6BE.
How's it going, Andy?
Going good. Going good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, can't complain.
Nobody listens anyway, right?
I almost was going to say that.
Well, I listened. In fact, last night, I didn't even turn the radio on. I just listened to the stream. My doctor just to bed or laid in bed, and I just listened to Greg's stream.
Well, did it put you to sleep?
Oh, but my sleep therapist did later.
Okay.
He just had some stuff, right?
Is he streaming this evening?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm on YouTube. I'm a superstar.
I don't know about superstar.
Actually, I don't think he is. He was struggling. I think he's still out there, but he was having trouble with his computer where it shut down. The stream shut down.
I should be up now, I think.
I'll check it out.
You didn't get to record all the wonderful information about government corruption?
Hey, Keith, are you on a Mac?
Yep.
Are you using Safari?
No, I don't use Safari. I use Chrome, typically.
For some strange reason, when I go to look at my confidence feed, which is making sure it's working, on Safari, it seems to freeze up for some reason, and I don't know why.
Weird, but it works on other, like Chrome or something?
As far as I know, as I looked on there, it seemed okay, so I just wondered, can you look at it on Safari if you could? Maybe it's something in my network that's causing it.
Okay, give me a moment to dig up Safari. I haven't used it for a while.
I'm sorry.
Greg?
Go ahead, Alex.
Did you, a lot of times things like that happen. If you don't clear your browser, did you clear your browsing data over?
No, but other live streams seem to work okay. It's just mine.
Oh, I don't know. Usually when I get hung up like that on mine, I'm using DuckDuckGo and Google, but I just clear the browsing data, and that puts it right back and starts working again.
Yeah, I just did that, and it didn't seem to make a difference, so very interesting.
Oh, anyway, it's procedure.
I appreciate the troubleshooting there, though.
The other day I had 2 tracking cookies on my mother's computer. It was causing all kinds of problems until I ran Norton and it found it, pulled them off. Over.
So is that a PC?
Yeah, PC. I use Linux on my PC, but she uses Windows, though.
Linux seems pretty safe. I'm afraid of PCs now because I went through a lot of money purchasing new PCs after issues.
Well, I started out with PCs by buying used PCs in the Goodwill and parts from Fry's, Chinese parts, and putting computers together, and I know how to do them. And I haven't done much with Macs, and I know how to do the software. Hard drives. So I had this one here is a Hewlett Packard, and I bought it new on a sale. I had a few issues with it, but nothing I couldn't fix, huh?
Hewlett Packard, how old is that computer?
Well, this one here is about 15 years old. It's a dual processor. Probably older, yeah. It's 15 years old, so. But it's got a lot of memory in it, and I've got it with, what do you call it? There's, I guess it was Windows can only use so much memory, like 2 gig or something like that. It's programs, and, you can make Linux do wonders, right?
Hey, Greg, I'm on Safari right now. It's working fine.
Then it must be me.
Do you have any scanning utilities to find viruses there, Greg?
Not on a Mac. I don't think this is a scanning issue. I think it's more of a setting issue, maybe on my computers. It's just kind of weird for that to only happen on my live stream.
Could be YouTube.
Could very well be for my account. And it's not happening on my phone or iPad, so I think it's something to do computer-based, but with my account.
Well, your delay is really quick tonight.
Yeah, I made some settings to see if that was the problem, and it didn't seem to be it was. How far is it off?
Less than a second, I think.
Let me see here. 1. It seems about, I would say probably about almost 2 seconds.
Well, I tell you what I was discussing earlier there, Keith, I'm going to send you and Greg and Andy the videos you can watch and it explains it to you. And you can actually look this up on Wikipedia. But anyway, it's a true story. I'm going to forward it to you, N6EGG.
Yeah, Greg, I've seen it quicker than 2 seconds.
What?
I was just telling Greg that the stream seems like it's working quicker than 2 seconds delay.
Did you get anything?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
As far as an email, I haven't looked.
I just had something run across here. Andy, you still out there?
Yes, sir.
Rob, you still out there, or did we lose you?
Rob was out here?
Yeah, I haven't heard you two guys talk for a while. He even mentioned that.
Oh, man.
Maybe next month.
Yeah, it shows that I sent it to you. N6EGG, so enjoy the video. Pretty scary stuff.
Well, I got an email from Tony. I guess he fried his radio.
I heard you talking about that. What kind of radio was it? You seemed concerned.
Well, it's his only radio, 7100.
Ouch. The transmitter's gone or what?
It went dark. He was doing something, it went dark, and he started smelling smoke and stuff like that, so it's not working. Not sure.
That's an expensive situation if it's not fun.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
Something shorted out, and he tried straightening out this pin or whatever, but he didn't have it unplugged and everything, and everything went poof.
His radio?
Roger, 7100.
Ah. This was today?
I think it happened last night.
So he dropped something in there and it went poof?
Okay, I'll read it. I shortened something out in my radio. Yesterday after I signed off on VHF, I hooked up the tuner. The radio wasn't recognizing it. I noticed that the multi-pin plug that plugged into the tuner was not quite seated, so I wiggled it some. I then unplugged it and found one of the pins was bent and it wasn't making a connection. So I made the mistake of trying to straighten the pin with a pair of small pliers with the radio still on and the other end of the wire still connected to the radio. When I tried to straighten the pin, the radio went dark. I then smelled the burnt electric odor coming from the back of the radio.
Uh-oh, that was an error.
Could be a big repair.
Well, there's some diodes, there's defective diodes on the DC line that probably have to be replaced. Depends on how bad they smoke, sometimes they put a hole through the board. But it ain't a couple $100.
Is Icom, take it to Icom the best bet?
Well, it depends. You gotta look on the list whether they still support it or not. There's a whole list of radios they do not support it.
Well, they still sell it new, so they better support it.
I don't know. Let's see what Icom says. See the radio. The 7100.
IC-7100. That's too bad anyway.
You know how many technicians that work on radios that do that? Mr. Carlson's lab, you can watch him, he's out of Canada, does everything. He's got a whole lab in there. He's I don't know how old he is, but he's a very smart technician. He's got all the equipment to do whatever you want to do, and he finds that these other technicians who went through it put a probe in the wrong place and make things so poof. Because this stuff is getting so small, surface mount technology, you can drop a screw in there from the cabinet. You took it apart and run the radio.
Huh. Did you ever get to send whatever you needed to send to that guy, John?
Well, we did that. John didn't fix it, so Icom has a support tech that's outside of the company. They no longer support the
7100 is what we're talking about.
You asked me about John, and I said no.
Oh, okay. Getting confused on. Okay, gotcha.
John couldn't fix it, so I had to send it to Icom's outside support center. And let me see if it's let me see what Icom supports. Hold on.
So is John better with radios or amplifier repair?
I don't know anymore.
Hey, by the way, what was, I think it was Al, the guy that was looking for Alex out there. What was his call sign?
I tried to write it down, but I don't think I got it right. Alex, do you know?
K6EGG.
KC6, is that correct?
I put GGI. That couldn't be GG6GGI, is it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh boy.
Is that the guy that's going to work on Fred's Henry 3 or K or whatever it is?
No.
No, it was a different guy than what we talked to this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
That guy was coming in good. I was on side streets in Chino, and he was coming in really good. He has a nice bass.
It was working.
You were working, man. I was surprised you came back to me with how far out I was.
That's because I've got built-in radials.
I was dragging 4 miles of ground cable from the back of my car, too.
So it was still in Van Nuys?
So, Andy, how far are you along with all your hardwire and stuff?
The antenna switch came in today, and it has no control unit, so I got to probably build one. So maybe this weekend I'll get the other one hooked up.
Did you think it did come with one?
I asked specifically the people in HRO, and I said, so it's the unit, because this one was only a couple $100 compared to some others that were like $400, and I said, so that's the antenna switch and the control board for it, right, or the control panel for it. Yep, and it's not.
So you have the whereabouts to do it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to feed a 12-volt power to it, and it tells you what pin and all that stuff. So I can put it together. I just didn't want to do that. I wanted something that was nice and, factory.
Right.
Needless to say, I'll probably be visiting Orvac this weekend.
Okay, let me look.
They no longer support my what do you call it, 750 765 or 910A. The receiver, the 8500, no longer support the R9000.
Yeah, that's a lot of radios they don't support.
Now look how many radios they do not support, period.
So you wonder if it's even tricky to get parts for it if you need to get it repaired.
England, somehow there's got a way to get some things out of China. And China, for England and Europe, it makes digital LCD readouts that can be substituted for like the 756 Pro 3 and things. You got to go through these English guys to get it.
Prince of Wales?
What?
The Prince of Wales?
Oh, no, not Prince of Wales. He was just hands over there. I feel they offered his head.
Well, the 7100 doesn't seem to be on that list, so seems like they are still good about repairing that one.
That 7100's got to be coming to the end of its life cycle, though. I'm guessing they're going to be putting a color screen in soon, wouldn't you think?
Icom 706 MK2Gs with a different front on it. You know, that's what that thing really is. Because it says they have limited support for Icom 706 MK2G.
Man, it seems like if somebody was good at this kind of stuff, that'd be a good business to get into because there's nobody that does it.
Well, for people like John Stewart, Kenwood has what you call a test point. In other words, so they have test points on their board. You go through with you check the voltages at these test points and it tells you what to change out. Microprocessor, resistors, capacitors, many transformers, crystals, whatever, but then you've got to go through the procedure. Icom doesn't do that. They swap boards, and they pull out the board, different parts and different sections, and then replace the board. And they harness everything like military style, and they're originally a maritime company. But I heard somebody else talk about this the other day. Actually, I think it was last night we were talking about these ribbon cables in these radios. It's kind of like the Teflon wedge that goes into these ribbon cables and then put them into a slot. And when this resistance gets dry, you have to sit in there for a long, long time. It may take 5 years. The radio gets jarred around too much. Things that pop out while they're on, and there's those plastic clusters, really.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you're talking about Eric up there in Sugarloaf. He had that problem with the ribbon on his Yaesu 991 Alpha. But that thing was a newer radio.
I have that problem with the 910. That's what happened with the 910.
Did it fried it?
You don't know. John said he couldn't fix it. Radio wasn't on, so he said inadvertently it happened. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, and if that's it, all you can do is put it on eBay and sell it. It says used the parts for people to buy other radios so they can fix one they got.
Right. That really drops the price. But if it doesn't work, what are you going to do?
Sell it on eBay. Buy another one. Yeah, when you first get this, it's kind of on that little ribbon cable, and you have this little wedge that sticks to it when it slides into that slot. But there's no locking mechanism. That's this little wedge thing. And that's a fistful way to do things. Don't get crazy at it.
That's for sure. That doesn't seem like a very secure way at all.
I've been doing it on Kenwood and YouTube too. That's the new way. I don't want a 9700. What's on the inside of the door? They're going to give me a truck driver 10-meter AM radio. Stops around the trucks everywhere across the country. Good receive, plain parts, easy to fix. I just sideband the CW. I don't care about the rest of it.
Just 10 meters though, huh?
Oh yeah, Ranger makes really a real stable, small little mobile 10-meter radio. Good for transverters and good for transverters. You let them sit and burn all day for 25 years and won't nothing go wrong.
10 meters, you like talk to all your CV friends, huh?
No, I said 10 meters. 10 meters is not 11 meters.
I know, like, back in the 70s, my friend bought a Yaesu 101EE, and he was able to get 11 meters to work on there.
Yeah, they're always considered crystal or reject spoil or do something changes, but I'm not interested. Ranger makes 10 meters, Ranger now makes 10-inch radios. Cobra. They make 10 meters, 10-meter radius, 10-inch cells. So they have one of
expensive?
Well, you can buy the Samsung on eBay, get a couple $100 less than that. I saw Chinese ones for $75. 2 meters. It's like a linear. And it says 28, 240, or 250, like we're on here. Instead of just imagine you don't see that 28 and you get the transriveted stuff, you are on 144, 240, or 249, or 250, whatever, 21 meters. You know the 28, everything is the same. The other half of the readout tells you where you're at 2 meters, 4 meters, all the way up to 1236.
How about the radio, though? Are those things expensive?
Oh, they're about $300.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm radio, look at the meter radio, but I'm so sick of all this. All the years I had so much money with the Icom radios I had, back and forth to Icom, and things I couldn't fix, and John couldn't fix, somebody else. There's always a hot shot somewhere that's so far away you have to mail it to them. You don't have to fix these things. It's complicated. One of them, man. Besides, you got to have a whole garage full of systems.
Yeah, that's over my head to fix it.
I'm not interested. I use my radios to tune my antennas, test my antennas, tune the sideband PW, and FM WSWR. That's what I want satellites. I'm not interested in the or the D-Star. I tried that for a while. Patches, I did, what do you call it, APRS and RTTY, and never did close scan and fast scan television. And that's been, I'm through with all this digital PW.
Fred was in slow scan TV for a while, huh?
What happened?
Fred, he was in slow scan TV for a while.
Oh, Fred was in slow scan. He was one of my other friends.
All right, I'm going to slide out of here. I'm going to go into the house and have a bite to eat and call it evening.
How dare you go into the house?
What's that?
How dare you go into your house?
I'm going to play with the computer for a little while and we'll leave it out. 73
73, y'all. WA6QXA. We're clear.
Take care, Keith. And Andy, you still out there?
You guys double.
Andy, you still out there?
Yes, sir.
I have a question. You sent me some pictures of your antenna array. Those beam-like thing antennas, are those VHF or UHF or HF?
VHF and UHF. They're dual band. Both of them are dual band.
And are those on a little motor, a rotor, I mean?
Yeah, a really cheap one. An RCA TV antenna one. I don't have a good rotor.
Have you tried playing with satellites with those?
No, I'm not really interested in that. That's not something that's been in my sights.
Have you ever pointed that at a mountain and tried to use it as a bounce?
No, not really. I mean, I don't have any good coax going to it just yet, so they've been somewhat marginal anyway, but if I want to cut some noise out and hear somebody better, they're good for that. But when it comes to getting a signal out and trying to put some power to it right now, it's just not there.
I always wanted a beam, but my situation in my house, there's no way I could put up something like that. I would have to put up a tower and stuff to make that happen, and that's just not happening right now.
Well, you can get a pretty small beam, 2 meter 440.
Yeah, I just have nowhere to put it. Stable, I should say.
You could do a chimney mount like I did.
That's where this antenna's at right now.
Yeah, but I don't know how well that's fastened in or not, but the kind that has the metal straps that go around the side, is that what you have?
No, I didn't do it. I had an installer. He drilled through the concrete into a stud and tied it on there.
Oh, well, that might be just as strong, but my chimney straps, I have a couple of them, so it's really strong. I think Ward did the same thing. He put 3 of them on there, which is probably even better, but you could put something decent up there when you do that.
Did you have a 2-story? I couldn't remember from the picture.
What was the question? Sorry?
Do you have a 2-story house?
Negative, single.
That's kind of my problem here. It's way up there. I'm not afraid of heights, but I don't have anything stable to move around up there. The guy that put up the antenna, he had like a harness on, and he harnessed himself to a couple different places.
Yeah, that's definitely way more difficult than what I got going on.
How much do towers cost?
If you buy them used, they're pretty reasonable, but you buy them new, you're going to spend several thousand.
And then plus to put it in the ground, right?
Yeah, with the permits and all the stuff you got to get for it, yeah, it's a big deal.
Oh, you don't have to. Some cities it's under 35 feet.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not over 20. And like here, we don't have to have it connected. So, and there's CRB1, have you heard of that?
No.
That's where they cannot tell you that you cannot put up an antenna for amateur radio. Greg, I'm going to send you some pictures of some antenna arrays that you can put in your backyard on the ground, and this is how people work satellite, and it's very effective. And you're not going to believe it's incredible what you can do, and you don't have to be high at all, right?
Yeah, feel free. I'd love to check it out. As far as permits in my city, you do anything to your house, you need a permit. I had a city worker come over a couple years ago when I was doing my solar panels, and the original date he was supposed to go up on the roof and sign off on the solar panels, it was like 110 degrees. And he called me because I know I was in a time crunch to get it done. He's all, is there any way we can like change the day and I can come earlier in the morning? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't want you up there when it's 110 degrees or whatever outside, whatever. He was totally nice about it. He's like, yeah, people have been yelling at me. I'm like, don't hurt yourself. I mean, it's like serious, like hot up there. But anyways, to make a long story short, he saw my water softener that is very illegal in my city, and he just kind of like looked at me like, hey, you're not supposed to have that here?
Well, he didn't threaten you for more money.
No, but he could have if he was going to be a jerk.
Yeah, well, I saw somebody do that on one of those composting, or it's the flammable toilet. They have these new things that actually burn the waste, and they dumped it out on the ground, which is purely biodegradable, and there's no more bacteria once it goes through this system. But the city has an ordinance against it, and they turn them in on their own property. Over.
And that's exactly why he said something after, because I was like, what's the big deal? He's like, well, they use salt in these softeners, and a lot of times it corrodes the piping. I'm like, well, I'm using potassium, so it's salt-free, but he's like, yeah, it's more expensive, and people don't like to use it because it's better on their pipes. But he was very receptive, and I think because I was nice to him, he kind of didn't say anything, but it's like $1,000 fine if they find it in your house.
For God's sake, don't let them find it, over?
No, I hid it, and I don't have my garage open for very long now.
And don't put it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I took that thing out like 5 years ago after he told me. But I have some breaking news tonight. My clock on my radio, if you're watching the stream, has been correct on the time the last 2 times I turned my radio on. So I'm making very big strides on my station here.
Okay, I just sent you some pictures of some ground-mounted satellite arrays, and you could do this in your backyard, and believe it or not, even from that low level, you angle these beams, you can lob over the mountains and the hills and work long-distance stuff. You're not going to be, you won't believe it, over.
Yeah, I have to definitely check that out. I'm waiting for it to come through here. Got some issues with my computers today.
Oh, I just sent it, and there's one that I guess I copied it twice. But it's just a little ground-mounted thing for satellites, and there's 7 or 8 elements, and you can put, they go to parks and set this stuff up out of the back of the car with the elevation motors. And they work like champ. I'm not kidding you. You just will not believe what you can do with these things. I used to do it on a portable transit, a transit tripod, and I made me some quads, and I would go, heck, you were only 6 feet off the ground, but I worked triple, I worked everything with it, over.
And are these yours?
Did you see the antennas?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
No, those aren't mine. You want to see mine, you got to go to QRZ and look on my antennas. You can see the ones I built. All of them I built, believe it or not, on QRZ.
That last photo you sent me, and Andy, I could forward to you if you want. Looks like something that NASA would use up over Goldstone up in Victorville area for like talking to the astronauts on the moon.
Which one was that? Is that Andy's photo?
No. I was just referring, just letting Andy know if he wanted to see some photos. These photos, I can forward them to him. There's one with a 6-bay beams on top of I don't know, maybe a 20-foot tower. It looks like something like radiating. You'd radiate the entire planet with it. But I built those, it's about that size. It's not, it's got 8 antennas for 432, 4 for 432 and 2 for 2 meters. And that's what that is, that's a moonbound. And the law is like, if it's over 20, if it's under 20 feet, they can't do a damn thing about it. Now, have you heard yourself come back off the moon? Like your signal, is it like delayed?
I didn't make contact at all with, once I got the array up. My stepfather and an engineer came over. They didn't know how to load the amplifier up that I built. And they didn't understand the grounded grid. But he's an engineer, and my stepfather was in the Navy, and they smoked it on me, over.
So you said it was like, what, 3-second delay?
2 seconds.
Wow.
There's a lot of videos on it. On my next adventure is 1296. So like I said, I'll send you maybe just go up on QRZ. There's a lot of pictures there, and you can put my call sign on QRZ. You know how to do that, QRZ.com. And you'll see this big, huge antenna array over in the corner on the main picture. And I made every one of those by hand with jigs, doesn't it?
Yep, I just saw it. Looks pretty cool. I'm very interested in the satellite stuff, but don't have the cash right now to invest in anything right now. But it's definitely interesting.
Well, just take my advice. Get a good rotor, elevation and azimuth rotor. You can put a pole in the ground. 4 quads will cost you all of $100 to make. They take the patient. Some mathematic gas bits, some hard line. You work the world with those things. And just put them in the backyard. They're more than 20 feet up, and you're not going to believe what you can do. And if the signal, here's the thing, you can elevate those antennas just a little bit, and you can lob right into where you want to go over the hill or over the high desert. Over.
That'd be really cool. I'd love to check that out.
Just learn how to make the quads. Get some quads or some flags. you'll see at the very bottom of my page I made some flagging, and I use that for satellite, and I got cards from all over the world. I worked AO10, RS1011. I worked these satellites, I mean, literally, all over the world I got cards from. Actually, satellite, 20,000 miles in space, with a couple of wood, house wiring, redwood brooms, and the house wiring. I just got a good elevation rotor pipe on top of my trailer.
Now, usually the ham satellites, they're not geosynchronous, are they? I thought they're in lower Earth orbit, like 150 miles or something like that.
Yeah, with AO10 and AO13, they were what they call a Matoya orbit, and they're elliptical. They go way out, and they hang out there for 8 hours, and then they disappear and come back. Sometimes it's a short pass. There's a difference between apogee and perigee. Apogee is the great orbit like the moon. It goes way out, it's elliptical. And the next day it's elliptical again, but it changes 10 degrees, the whole orbit. It goes around another one. It goes around another one. So different times and different days you'll have perigee. I could operate the satellite from a quarter wave, and the quarter wave downlink on 2 meters with a gas bed under the roof. I had a little quad with a gas bed preamp, just a little 2-element quad. Actually, I used the Chuck Rook as the reflector for the one single loop, and I actually accessed the satellite, and I could talk across the United States.
Yeah, I don't know how much you know about the broadcast satellites, but the Sirius XM radio satellites, are at least 3 of them that were originally Sirius satellite transmitters. They're actually in elliptical orbit, just like you described. They're slowly changing over to the way XM did it. They're geosynchronous, and they're out 22,500 and whatever the what's it called, the geosynchronous orbit is. But yeah, it's pretty interesting how they go in that elliptical orbit. It's I don't think it's like 8.2 hour orbit, and it kind of stays in one location for a little bit. It's kind of a trip.
Yeah, well, that was the Matoya orbit, and the Russians started experiments with that years ago. And but it made it very interesting because you got good coverage all over the planet in the far corners of the Earth where geosynchronous only comes one part of the hemisphere. Over.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip. I didn't realize all those different orbits they have for satellites, but I know those, what's it called, the Starlinks, you could see them now. Like I've seen them fly by like in a row a couple weeks ago right after they launched them. It's kind of a trip. They're in like some weird a cross pattern orbit.
Roger, QSL. Well, they do have satellites like NASA has, and there's some geosynchronous that are linked together like the internet. And in space, they're linked all the way around the Earth. And they can, the internet for telephone and things of that nature. So they don't have to go into a Matoya orbit, but it was cheaper for the amateurs to pay for our satellite to go Matoya, and it goes out, comes in, and it would go down around the South Pole, and you could talk to the scientists. There was one guy you used to talk to who would set up satellites down there at the South Pole, and you get to talk to and work him. That's a rare contact, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I bet. I've tried talking to him on 10 meter down at the South Pole, and I have not been able to do it.
I'll tell you what, there's a research vessel, I don't know why they come out of Canada, but they come out of Canada, and then they used to talk 2 meter sideband, and they go down the coast of California where they would point their beams and talk to them as far as they could, and that would happen once a year. That was a long time ago. I haven't heard it. I've been, just recently we've been on the air again after a 10-year stay, riding motorcycle and all. So now I don't know. I don't know if you're even still going down there.
Yep. All right. I think it's time for me to wrap things up tonight. Kind of was a long day for me, for about 4 hours in traffic. So, Andy, if you're still out there, AJ6BE, you have a good one. And, I'm sorry, Andy, AJ6BE, and Alex, N6JG guy, you guys have a good evening. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm signing off.
All right, Greg, watch those videos. Watch those videos that I sent you. You're not going to believe it, but we can prove this. And, this whole thing is being orchestrated and engineered. 73 amigo, N6JG.
Yep, I'm going to follow you, Greg. So have a good night. Alex, have a great night. Good talking with you guys. 7-3s all the way around. AJ6BE, I'll be clear as well.
And thanks for the chat on the way home. It really helped my mental state.
Anytime, man. It's ham radio. It's what we do.
See ya.
For those of you watching on the stream, I had a lot of problems tonight. Looks like I got most of them ironed away, at least on the stream side of things. I just can't monitor with my own account, which I got to contact YouTube or just let it fix itself, which I'll probably end up doing that because it's probably a little easier than contacting YouTube. But, ooh, man, that's a lot. You can hear a lot more room noise in here now. You can hear the AC going. Probably turn this down a little tiny bit there. Anyways, I'm going to try to be back later this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday might be a little difficult, but next week I'll have plenty of days off, and I have earlier games next weekend, so I should do a little more streaming. But thank you for watching and sticking with the stream going in and out. If you are still watching, I think there's a couple people out there, like 3 or 4. I think current viewers, and one of them's in Europe. For some reason, I get a European viewer. So if you want to put something on the chat or whatever and tell us where you're at, I can't tell where you're at. It just says like USA viewers and European viewers and whatever else. But anyways, everybody take care. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow maybe or next week.